How you doing, everybody? It's James Larson from 94.1 KRNA, and we're here to review the big Boston concert that was last night in Cedar Rapids at the U.S. Cellular Center with special guest Blue Oyster Cult. And I bring in our weekend warrior and our sales manager, Mr. Brian Sines. You were actually at the show, Brian. So first things first, what was the opening act, Blue Oyster Cult, like? How were they?
Not good.
Really?
No, I was disappointed. I was disappointed for a lot of reasons, but they went awfully deep on some cuts and just it wasn't there. It just wasn't there. And I was disappointed, of course, as I mentioned on the air with you guys this morning. No cowbell.
Yeah, what is up with that?
How do you not have any cowbell? When you do Don't Fear the Reaper. I mean, I'm up there. I've got my Will Ferrell.
Right,
I'm right. They don't even have a cowbell on stage.
So I wonder if that's just years of abuse of more cowbell, more cowbell. But that's your biggest hit.
I know.
An SNL skit named after it. Any other reason why they wouldn't?
I think they're just pissed off.
I think they are, too. I think they've had enough.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I mean, everybody was waiting for it.
Well, of course they were.
Cowbell in the drum set.
There was people that probably bought tickets to the show just to hear the cowbell.
I nudged my son and said, KRNA should have a contest for somebody to play cowbell on stage.
That's a great idea.
But, of course, that's
a great idea.
Wouldn't have really worked either.
So how long did Blue Oyster Cult play for? Half hour? Or was it longer than that?
Probably 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
about that, yeah.
So the show starts around 7.
Yep. I mean, boom.
Right at 7.
I love that.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites because that rarely happens. Journey started right on time.
They
with
did.
Asia.
They did.
And this show was. I actually made the comment. I love shows that start on time.
Yeah.
And 7 o'clock. Boom.
You know, I saw
Lights
Guns
went
N'
down.
Roses this last summer, and everybody, was worried about Axl. They actually went on stage early that night in Kansas City. It was like 2 minutes early. We couldn't believe it. I was still up at the bar getting one more drink. Speaking of
I
drinks,
waited an hour and 20, by the way, for Paul McCartney.
Oh, you did. Well, he could do that.
Kansas City. Yeah,
he's Sir Paul McCartney. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, speaking of beers, U.S. Cell Center. How much did a beer set you back, my friend? I'm going to say $10 or $11. $8. That's not bad.
And
that's
here's
not
the thing,
bad.
though. But a domestic tall boy and a draft are both $8.
Really?
Which I thought was kind of weird.
That is a little weird.
The domestic tall boys were not something I drink. So.
Yeah. Anyway, enough talking about the booze of the show. Boston comes out. What was that feeling like when the house lights go off? And I'm guessing you just saw the Boston logo behind you. What was that like?
They had a huge video screen, and it had kind of a space type theme,
right, as always,
hyperspace, and the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of cool effects, and then lights go down, they hit the stage, start right away with Rock and Roll Band, which was a smart idea. I don't know. Here's concert tip from Brian. All right, Setlist FM,
right? Of course.
Setlist.fm.
Yep.
Always go there. So I look at the set list and know when I can play on my bathroom run, my beer run.
Exactly.
I don't like these songs. This is too deep of a cut for me. Off to the bath. So I knew what they were opening with, and I thought perfect choice. And I thought the ending was perfect choice too.
And some people don't like that, though. Some people want to be surprised. I look at it.
I get that.
Yeah, I look at it like you. I want to plan out the evening, and for me, and I know I'm going to offend some drummers out there, but I don't care if it's Alex Van Halen. Doesn't matter. I'm going to the bathroom, or I'm going to get a vodka and cranberry during the drum solo. I'm sorry.
Man. We've had this discussion before.
I'm sorry.
You missed one of the best drum solos I've ever seen at that Journey show.
Yeah, I was out getting a drink.
Dude was amazing.
And I'm sure he was, and it's nothing against drummers. But anyway, how did the guitars sound? That's what I want to know. And how was the PA? Was everything mixed well? Because
it was one of the better mixes I've heard at the U.S.
At Journey, if we go back to that, it was a little muddy that night.
And
it was a little loud. I hate the sound, but it was just a little overmodulated.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe they kept it all down for us old guys.
Could have been.
The crowd was a little, up there.
Yeah, what was the age group there, Brian?
I would say probably 35.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's 60, what I thought. But you had your son there.
I did.
And how old is he? 21?
26.
26. Okay. So he lowered the curve a little bit.
He did. He drug it down quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's a great classic rocker, man. I trained the boy well.
Now, did you guys spend the money on the T-shirts?
Did not.
You did not. And anymore?
I'm at that point where $45 for a cheap
I know.
T-shirt. I just don't do it anymore. I did once back in the day.
I did too, yeah.
No more.
But, tickets now are so expensive. I'm going to Guns N' Roses. Could set me back $200.
Oh, yeah.
Then I got to get there.
Yep.
Then you've got to get the hotel room. The last thing that's on my mind is a black T-shirt that's going to shrink up into a ball after the second time I wash it.
Exactly. So, Boston would go see them again in a heartbeat. Blue Oyster Cult.
Not so much.
But Boston was tremendous. And Mike asked me, this morning with you guys, if how the lead singer was. And I'm telling you, if you
I've heard that.
blindfolded me, man, I couldn't have told you the difference.
I've heard that.
Tom's mic was extremely muddy, hard to understand.
Really?
Yeah. Couldn't when he talked to the crowd, which was rare.
Right.
I think the guy's a genius.
Of course, yeah.
Go read about him.
Yeah. Didn't he invent the Polaroid camera?
He worked for Polaroid, but he invented some
something.
Guitar
Yeah, exactly.
thing that everybody still uses. Graduated with, I think, 2 majors from MIT.
I believe it was
18 or something.
I think you're right.
Truly a genius. So he's got a knee brace on. He's wearing cargo shorts. Got a Batman shirt on.
Yeah.
And he just played.
Yeah.
You know? But when he did speak, it was like, what? What's he saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it was a great show. Boston was very, very good. Yeah.
So in wrap up,
the only thing I would say is compare that set list back by probably 3 to 4 songs.
Right. Yes.
There was a little lull in there.
Cut out a little bit of the show.
Yeah, some deep
exactly.
Cuts, which I can do without.
Yeah. So best part of the show for you as we wrap up this Boston review, if you had to name one, and you're there with your son, which had to be very cool for you.
Always is. Yeah, I love to go to shows with him. I think when Boston hit the stage and came right out with Rock and Roll Band, which is one of my favorite songs, it brought me up to the edge of my seat. It was that good, you know. And like I said, the sound job was one of the better ones that I've ever went to. Not the best I've ever gone to, but one of the best.
One of them.
Best sound job ever. Mandalay Bay, Jaymz Taylor.
Ooh, wow. We'll talk about that next time with Sir Brian Signs. This has been a production of the mighty 94.1 KRNA.